today I want to teach you how to make my favorite meal. It's teriyaki chicken with greens and rice with veggies. This is something I learned how to make from scratch in Japan when I visited, and the full recipe is in the Workweek lunch meal prep program. You can find a link to that in the description below. All right, let's get started. So I have these 2 small pieces of chicken thigh, and I'm marinating it with cooking sake and water. If you don't have cooking sake, you can use rice vinegar. It's also optional to do this. You totally don't have to. I'm also sprinkling a little bit of salt on. Next, we're going to cook the vegetables. So I'm adding a little bit of avocado oil to the pan, making sure it's pretty hot. And I'm adding carrot and red bell pepper. And this doesn't need that long to cook because it's going to continue to cook in the rice. I'm adding some ginger and garlic too. A splash of soy sauce. And that's just going to cook for 3 to 5 minutes, a little bit soft, and then we're basically going to start the rice. So I'm doing a half a cup of rice. I use jasmine rice, salt, and we're going to toast it a little bit. A tiny little bit of oil, and a cup of water. We're also going to add the cooked veggies. It's going to be really tasty. Next, you want to bring that to a boil, then reduce to a simmer and cover and let it steam for 10 minutes. So we're going to make the sauce of the chicken. We're adding water, cooking sake, soy sauce, and mirin and honey. Of course, there are ways to do this without mirin or cooking sake and all those other ingredients that I found in authentic Asian markets. I'm also adding some garlic and ginger. And before we cook the chicken, you have to make sure to dry it off. This will help it get a really good color on the skin. Also, it'll help it not stick to the pan. And also, I quickly defrosted this other big piece of chicken breast, which is why I just added it to the plate, because I realized that I wasn't gonna have enough chicken for this meal. Anyway, we're making sure the pan is hot and adding an oil with a high smoke point like avocado oil. Vegetable oil also works. And we're adding the chicken skin down. Of course, you can use skinless chicken thighs and breasts. And we're just letting it cook for 5 minutes on each side until it's done. Depends on the size. And you can see that I've already gotten some nice color on there because the pan was hot, the chicken was dry. And then once the chicken is mostly cooked, you add the sauce. Note that the chicken breast, I took it out of the pan because I realized I was not going to finish in time for this video, so don't worry about it. But we're basically letting the sauce cook down. It's going to continue to boil and cook down and just thicken up. And that is how you make teriyaki sauce. No cornstarch, it's basically just letting the water cook out of it until it's nice and thick and super flavorful. This is so yummy. It's a really good trick too. It's a nice one-pan situation. So I'm taking it out of the pan, and then I'm going to just give it a quick little wipe and add the greens. I'm using rainbow chard, and you can use kale, spinach, or really any other vegetables you like. I think I just had greens on hand for this video, so I'm adding garlic and ginger and just cooking it down. It only takes about 5 minutes. And that's it. And then the rice is done, so we're just gonna give it a quick fluff. You really wanna make sure to not touch it before it's done, otherwise it'll be all mushy, and we're ready to plate. So I'm adding rice on the dish with some chard and the chicken. Of course, I had the extra chicken breast, so I ate more than that for this meal, but that's basically it. I'm topping it with sesame seeds for a garnish, and we're done. It's very quick, very tasty and simple. It'll taste just like the restaurant kind.